Start to press the feet evenly into the earth, so maybe rocking forwards and back. Trying to find as much space beneath your feet and pressing the ball of the big toe, the base of the baby toe, and stamping the heel, just connecting with that action in your legs, so gently pressing the feet into the earth. And then finding that softness in the knees, so lifting the quads up towards the hips. Gentle lengthening in the tailbone, and then trying to lift and lengthen the sides of the waist away from the hips. At the same time, seeing if the shoulders can release a little. So seeing if you can find some softness in the shoulders and the chest. And then a little bit of action in the legs. Pressing the feet, come back to the feet. You probably lost that connection already again. So press the base of the big toe, baby toe, stamping the heel. Lifting the kneecaps, engaging the front of the legs, lengthening tailbone, maybe scooping the belly a bit to help you get some lift in the waist. So we're going to basically do primary series today, but with a few variations in between, so that we're all starting to get used to that primary series. It's a great thing to tap into for a home practice. And it's an all-over body yoga pose situation. So the first round we're going to take really slowly, because I want you to slowly get into your body. So just slowly getting rid of the creaks from the day. So we're going to take a nice deep inhale, but nice and slow, reaching the arms up. And maybe even stay there for a breath, just feeling how your shoulders feel here. Checking in if you're pressing the feet and scooping the belly and lengthening the spine, just feeling this pose for a moment. And then taking another deep breath, you're going to come into your forward fold, bend the knees, take it nice and slow, and see if you can come all the way down to the floor. So you might need to bend the knees quite deeply, and place the hands on the earth, and again here, breathe into that. So breathing into this pose. Try and squeeze those glutes, so squeeze the sit bones together, scoop the belly. Take a breath here, just checking in with this pose. And then seeing if you can open the heart and look up, still keeping those hands on the earth. Obviously, if that's too uncomfortable, you can lean on the legs, opening the chest, and again, just feeling this pose. Relax the shoulders, lift and open the front of the body. Take a deep breath. And then on the next exhale, the hands come all the way to the earth and the feet go to the back of the mat. So again, holding this pose. If you want to modify, the knees can come down to the earth. And just lifting the belly into the spine, opening the chest, pressing lifting those legs up so the legs are active as well. And then slowly coming down through your chaturanga. So squeeze those elbows to the body, sliding the body to the earth, chest and hips reach the floor at the same time. So we don't have very much space here. Okay. And then a nice slow cobra. So lengthen the crown of the head over the top of the mat and inhale coming up, pressing those tops of the feet, lengthening the tailbone. Let's just do 2 of those. Come all the way down. Inhale, lengthen the front of the body, lengthen the tailbone, send the hip bones into the earth and come all the way down. See if you can wave your spine up and look up a little bit. And come all the way down, and then getting ready for your press up, tuck the toes, nice and strong, lengthen tailbone, press the heels, make yourself a nice strong rod, and then sending the hips back to a downward dog. Bend the knees, lengthen the spine, feel this pose for a little bit, because after this we're going to do the 1 breath flow, so just get into these poses a little bit. So seeing if there's room to start straightening the knees, but seeing what that does to your back. So scoop the belly in towards the spine, kick the hips back, and move the weight of the pose into the feet. So you can maybe press with the hands, pushing your hips to the back of the mat. And just take 2 more breaths here. Really scooping that belly and squeezing those sit bones so that you get that nice action in the lower spine, and the length of the spine starts to reach forward. And then getting ready to step forward, bring the shoulders over the wrists, lift the chest, and squeeze your belly in and lift the leg forward, stepping to the front of the mat, and then the other foot joins it. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, forward fold. Squeeze those sit bones, scoop the belly nice and strong. Bent knees if that's where you're at. And then definitely soften those knees to come up. So nice and soft, strong in the belly. Front of the body pushes you up. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. And exhale, Samastiti here. Cool. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, hands to the earth, step the feet back, all the way down through Chaturanga. Keep that belly drawn in. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, back through a press up, downward dog. 5 breaths there. Inhale, and exhale. 1. 2. I'm getting off my mat, don't follow me. I'm coming to look. All right, cool. And then after number 5, so do a nice full inhale, exhale. Looking up, take an inhale, bring the shoulders forward, lift the hips, scoop the belly, step the foot forward, bring the other foot to the front of the mat. Inhale, lengthen through the front of the body. Exhale, squeeze those sit bones, scoop the belly forward, bend. And then soft knees, inhale all the way up. Arms overhead, exhale, hands at the heart or by the side. So do one without too much talking. Inhale, reach arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, open the front of the body. On the exhale, step the feet to the back of the mat and all the way down to the earth. Inhale, lift up, Cobra. And exhale, push up, back to downward dog. Five breaths here, that's 1. Pressing those hands into the mat, pushing the hands to the front of the mat, sending the hips to the back of the mat. Scooping that belly, squeeze the sit bones together. See how much space that gives you in the spine. And then looking forward, shoulders over the wrists, scoop the belly, lift the hips, send the foot forward, back to the front of the mat. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, scoop your belly, make space for the spine to come down. And then soften the knees all the way up. Inhale and exhale. Sun Salutation B. So we'll do the same again. We'll go slowly through this one. So here we go into chair pose. Come into that seated chair, sending the hips back, and you want to try and get a lot of action here. So squeeze the inner thighs, reach the arms, lengthen the tailbone, lift the belly, lengthen the sides of the waist. And then from here you come into a forward fold again. So scoop the belly, squeeze the sit bones. Inhale, open the heart. And here you can step or jump back. So if you want to try jumping back, just lean into the fingertips and try and lift the feet and send them back. And then all the way down to the earth. This time maybe coming into an upward dog. See if you can lift the hips up, press the tops of the feet into the earth, and lift and lengthen the front of the body. If that's not happening, use a Cobra. And then up to a downward dog. Getting ready to step that right foot forward. So let's just take your time here. Squeeze the knee into the chest. Send the shin forward. Slide the left heel down. Scoop your belly, front of the body, lift you up. Inhale. While you're here, we're going to try squeeze those hips to the front of the mat. So scooping that belly, getting that action. And then exhale, hands down to the floor. Don't cheat here. Try and lift that knee into the chest. Get that core action. Send the foot all the way back. Through a chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale back to downward dog. Getting ready to go on the left side. Step that left foot, squeeze the knees, scoop the belly, step the foot, slide the heel. Press the feet, lifting all the way up. So when we do this in the sun salutation, we're doing it quicker. So you try and get that squeeze of the hips, lift with one breath, and exhale, hands down. Lift the knee into the chest, step back, trying to find some space, and chaturanga. Inhale, and exhale, downward dog. And then sitting here for 5 breaths. So really trying to get into that downward dog, sending the hips back. So I'm just playing with this thing here. Okay, and then your next breath, this time we're going to practice jumping those feet forward. So bend the knees, scoop the belly, and try and lift the hips up. So do 3 of these, just little hops. Trying to lift those hips up. And then on your third one, just try and pop those feet as close to the hands, and then walk the rest of the way. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, forward fold. And then bending the knees, reach the arms up. And exhale, Samastitihi. Right, 3 more of those. Right, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, step or jump. All the way to the earth. Inhale, cobra, upward dog. Exhale, remember to use the knees if you're feeling the core starting to waver. Rather protect your back and be patient. Stepping that right foot forward. Inhale, squeeze the hips, lift and lengthen. Exhale, hands to the earth. Lift the belly, squeeze back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Stepping the left foot forward, squeeze the knees, step, inhale. Exhale. Lift the knee back, chaturanga. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful, there should be some heat going on here. Try and release the head. Slide the shoulder blades down the back. Pressing the hands, trying to create some nice stability in the shoulders. Sending the weight of the pose to the back. 4 and 5. Scoop the belly, squeeze the sit bones, getting ready to jump forward. Get the weight into the hands, bend the knees and lift the hips up. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, bend the knees, chair pose, reaching the hands. And back to Samastitihi. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, step the feet back to chaturanga. Good, all the way down, cobra or upward dog. Inhale, lengthen through the front of the body. Exhale, all the way back to downward dog. Step the right foot forward, coming all the way up, beautiful. Inhale, and exhale, down to the floor. All the way through your chaturanga, you can stay in downward dog or a tabletop. Exhale, left foot comes forward. Slide the heel to the floor, inhale. And exhale. Lifting the knee all the way down, inhale. Cobra or upward dog. Downward dog finally. Nice deep breath. Fill your lungs with air. Try to find some softness in the neck and the shoulders. As you exhale, scooping the belly, finding that strength up the front of the spine, which helps to release the spine and chest towards the floor. And then inhale, looking forward, get the weight into the hands, scoop the belly, try and lift the hips. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, squeeze those sit bones, scoop the belly, forward fold. And bending the knees, reach the arms forward, chair pose, and exhale. One more. Bend the knees, sweep the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, jump or step the feet back, all the way to the earth, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, roll the toes back, downward dog. Step the right foot forward, inhale. Exhale. Chaturanga, press up, cobra, upward dog. Exhale, scoop that belly, support the spine. Lift the left knee into the chest, step forward, slide the right heel, inhale, warrior one. And exhale. Take the chaturanga, use knees for support, or back off into a child's pose. And exhale. Downward dog. Nice deep breaths. You can always modify into tabletop or coming into child's pose. And then getting ready to jump forward. Look forward, bring the shoulders, scoop the belly, lift the hips. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, squeeze the sit bones, scoop the belly, forward fold. Bend the knees, chair pose. And exhale, Samastitihi. Beautiful. And just dropping the hands to the side, taking a nice deep breath. So we're going to come into a forward fold here. So stepping the feet to the side. I just want you to bend your knees. So you've done a fair amount of forward folds, but just squeeze the sit bones and scoop the belly and lengthen the spine up and over. And then lift your belly and roll all the way up again. And squeeze the shoulder blades together behind you. And then exhale, falling forward. Press the feet, bend the knees, lift the belly, wave all the way up again. And then we're going to stay down there. So press the feet into the earth, squeeze the sit bones, lengthen the front of the body up and over. Lean into the toes and lift the quads, coming to the earth. Finding the floor with bent knees. If that's not happening, you can lean on a bed or a chair, coming into that forward fold. And wherever you are, you want a sense of being able to lean into the toes and then squeeze the sit bones and scoop the belly to support you. And then letting the head drop wherever you're at. So we've got 2 more breaths here. See if you can really press the feet into the earth. Squeeze those sit bones, scoop the belly and let the spine release a little further. 1 more of those. Inhale. And exhale. Press the feet. Squeeze the sit bones, scoop the belly, drop the head. And then coming all the way up. So press into the feet, strong legs, strong belly. Inhale, coming up to standing. Then do another forward fold. And this time you're going to reach down. Keep the knees bent as well if you need to here. And try to put the fingers underneath the feet so that the big toes are close to your ankle. Again, that might not be happening for you. No problem, just go into that same forward bend we were in. And then here you might get a sense of the belly moving onto the thighs, even if they're bent quite deeply. And then you try to scoop the belly away from the top of the thighs. Squeeze the sit bones and staying in that forward bend. So see if you can find that strength in the forward bend of squeezing the sit bones, scooping the belly, but then seeing if that softness comes in the lengthening of the spine and releasing of the shoulders and the head. So even if you only focus on that on your last breath, take a deep breath in. See if you can soften the shoulders, the spine, the neck and the head. And then coming to nice and strong, undoing the hands, press the feet, strong legs, strong belly, coming back up to standing. And just take a nice deep breath here. And exhale. So we're going to step into the triangle poses. So we're just going to do them from the sides of our mat. So stepping the right foot so that the foot is parallel to the long sides of the mat. And then the left foot either parallel to the short side or the toes turn a little bit towards the right. So we're just going to take some time to get into this pose, and then we'll hold it for the 5 breaths that a lot of us are used to. So press the feet into the earth, squeeze those sit bones, and you're going to lengthen the right arm up and over. Okay, now try and relax the shoulders and try get length with that right side of the body and squeeze the left side of the body, and you're going to feel that action in the hip. Make sure this leg is nice and strong. Press to the base of the big toe. And we're going to reach and come up again. And reach and come up again. And last one, reach and come up again. And then this time you're going to reach, getting a good sense of how this leg feels about all of this. Dropping that arm and then lifting that left arm up. You want to find a place where the legs feel strong and you can lift the belly and start to spiral the spine open. So you've got 3 breaths here. This first breath, just concentrate on getting the feet and the core. Squeezing that core, finding where your core is helping you. Next breath, take an inhale. See if you can lengthen the spine. And exhale. You might notice that the body's starting to creep a little towards the floor. This next one, you're going to inhale. And you're really going to see if you can release your spine a little closer towards the earth. Only if there's no too much sensation in that right leg. And then to come out, as I always say, imagine you've got a weight in this bottom hand. Press the feet, scoop the belly, come all the way up and around to the other side. So now the left foot is parallel to long side of the mat. Left foot is either parallel to short side or a little bit in. Get your feet nice and active. Press the feet. Squeeze the back of the sit bones together. Inhale, reach the arms. And now reaching that left side up and over. The right side can squeeze a little bit to give you that length on the left side. And just seeing what's going on this side. Please pay attention to this leg. Often this knee wants to drag down here. So you want to press through the base of the big toe and keep this leg nice and strong. Okay, and then we inhale and come up. And inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. One more. Inhale and exhale. And then inhale, coming into your triangle for nice 3 breaths. So first breath is feet, core, so find your strength. Next breath is the spine. Inhale, see if the spine opens and spirals. Is there any more space in my spine? Exhaling. And then last one, seeing if you can soften. Oh, you might find some action coming down towards the earth. And then nice and strong. Left hand has a weight. Press the foot, even bend this knee a little bit and come all the way up again. Beautiful. All right. And then we're going to step to the front of the mat again. So often in the primary series, I find that we go into that standing twist a little too quickly. So we're going to do a little bit of twisting in chair pose, just to get the sense of what your belly's doing in that twist. So coming into a chair pose. So not too deep. So I know we do try practice coming into nice deep chair poses. Stay quite high. What we really want to practice here is the spiraling towards, let's take the left leg. So you're going to turn towards the left. You're going to keep your left hand on your hip, reach your right arm forward, and exhale and spiral and see how much that arm can come onto that outside of the left leg. So wherever you find yourself, now try to squeeze the shoulder blades together and open the heart, and then squeeze the belly and see if you can support the spine opening here. And next inhale, we'll go up. If you need a break, straighten the legs, and then bringing that right hand onto the hip, reach that left arm, scoop the belly and spiral to the right side, and then try and find that action of squeezing the navel. So your powerhouse is kind of below the belt, so between the hip bones. Scoop in there and then squeeze the navel and see if you can open the heart there. And just hang out here, getting your spine used to this twist. Checking in with yourself. And then coming up again. and then coming back to center. So we're going to do 3 of those. So we're going to inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, squeeze into the twist. Practice squeezing the belly and exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, squeeze the belly and spiral. Inhale, reach up. And exhale. And inhale, reach up. And exhale. And inhale, stay here. And coming back up to center. Beautiful. And then we'll go into the twist on the triangle pose. So just stepping the feet apart. Right foot is parallel to the long side of the mat. Left foot either parallel or a little bit in. Alright, so we're going to turn the hips to face towards the right leg and start to come into a forward bend. Keep the right hand on the hip and reach the left arm forward. And then we're going to see if there's a chance to spiral towards that leg. Squeeze the sit bones together, press the feet into the earth, scoop the belly in and up. Breath 2, find your spine. And breath 3, I know there's a lot of work going on here, but see if you can soften a little bit. And then coming up, reaching that arm forward, all the way around, and coming to the other side. So you've got time to make your way into the pose. Squeeze the hips forward. Try not let this knee slam back. Squeeze the belly, come into that forward fold. Reaching that arm, left hand on the hip. Spiral towards the legs. Squeeze those sit bones together and coming into the twist. This base of the big toes, quite a lot of work to keep that nice and active. Your second breath is spine. And then that third breath, see if you can soften into the pose. Soften the shoulders. And then press through the feet, coming all the way back up again. And then stepping to the front of the mat. Nice deep breath. So we're going to throw a sun salutation in here. So inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Keep it nice and soft. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, step or jump the feet back. All the way through chaturanga. Inhale. And exhale. Right, this time we're going to step the right foot up. Slide the heel to the floor and come all the way up into the warrior 1. And then we're going to open into a warrior 2. So here, this pose, we can teach this pose where you really move into the legs. But I want you to make sure that the feet are nice and connected and that your core is lifting and that the hips are squeezing behind you. And then we're going to reach and we're going to come all the way over and drop the arm down. And this time we're going to reach and come up. And reach and come up. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And then we're going to exhale over and have your 3 breaths here. I know it's a lot of work, so press through the feet. Scoop the belly. So feet, core. Next one, inhale, spine. As you exhale, see the spine releasing. And then one more breath. Inhale. See if you can find some softness in the pose. And then coming all the way up. Good. And turning over to the other side. So warrior on this side. Press through the feet, bending that left leg. Squeeze the sit bones together, press the feet into the earth. That determines how far the bend in the knee goes. Reaching the arms up, leaning over. Squeeze the belly, lengthen the spine, dropping the arm where it lands. So you could be up here, here, wherever it is. And then reaching that arm over. And come up again. And inhale, lengthen. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And then reaching up and over. So your 3 breaths here. First breath, feet, press the feet, scoop the core, find that strength. Next breath, find your spine, lengthening the spine, maybe spiraling a little bit. And then that final breath, seeing if there's some softness. And then nice and strong to come up. And step to the top of the mat, so a steady heat. Okay, and we're going to add a twist to that pose. So step the left foot back, keeping that right knee bent. We're going to drop down to the floor, bending your knee onto the earth. And then let's bring the hands onto the knee, and we're just going to do a little gentle pulsing here. So inhale, lift and open the chest. Exhale, scoop the belly, press back. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, scoop the belly, press the hips back. Inhale and exhale. And last one, inhale and exhale. Inhale, lifting that left arm up. Bring the right hand onto the hip and scoop your belly, squeeze just like we did in the chair pose, seeing if that arm finds its way to the opposite side. And we're going to bring the hands together in prayer. I'll do it on the other side. So into prayer pose. So this is a great pose to practice this maneuver. Scoop the belly, squeeze into the spine, and press the palms together and see how that opens the chest and lifts the spine. And then we're going to tuck that back toe and see if you want to lift the back. You're going to have to squeeze those sit bones together and scoop the belly. And some of us might want to open the arms or stay here. 3 breaths. So you're ready on 2. And that third one, see if there's possibly anywhere in your body that you can soften. And then coming up, dropping that back knee. Inhale, reach the arms up. This time we're going to bring the hands to the earth and take the foot back to a downward dog. Just sway the legs a little bit, sway the hips, I mean. And then we're going to step that left foot forward. So scoop the belly, squeeze the knee, step the left foot forward, dropping the right knee down to the floor. And coming onto this little sways. So press through the foot, scoop the belly. And inhale, lift and open the front of the body. Scoop the belly, squeeze the hips back. And inhale, lift and open. Scoop the belly, squeeze the hips back. And inhale, open. And last one. And inhale, reaching now the right arm up. Left hand comes to the hips. Scoop the belly, squeeze and spiral towards that outer leg. Squeeze the sit bones together. Bring the hands together in a prayer pose. You can stay here, practicing the strong grip in the hips and the scooping in the belly. Using the palms pressing together to open the chest. And then if you want to, coming into that standing and maybe opening the hands or staying here. Second breath is spine. Last breath, any other softness that you can find. Maybe. And then coming to the front of the mat, stepping on that left leg. Back up to standing. Take a nice deep breath in and release the hands to your sides. Then we're going to step into a straddle stretch. So widen the legs apart. Feet are parallel to the sides of the mat. Inhale, lift and open the heart. And a nice forward bend here. So again, nice bend in the knees if you're still working on that hamstring action. Lean into the toes, lengthen the spine. Scooping that belly, strong legs, even with the bent legs. Still press the feet into the earth, squeeze the sit bones, coming down to the earth. If by any chance the hands reach the floor, squeeze those elbows together and push the palms into the earth, helping your spine to flow towards the floor. So you want to have inhale, find your feet, squeeze your core, squeeze those sit bones. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and see if the spine can release and the head relax. And then last one, seeing if there's any more softness to be had in this pose. Relax the neck, the shoulders. Press the feet into the earth, maybe bend the knees. Scoop the belly, coming all the way up. And then coming into another forward bend. So usually we do 4 of these, but we're going to do 2. So interlacing the fingers behind you. Again, a little bit of a bend in the knees. Try to keep the elbows nice and soft. Lift up, lengthen, press the feet, scoop the belly, and reaching all the way forward. So once you're in there, this will be your second breath. So see if you can find that spine lengthening and releasing in that second breath. And then the third breath, seeing if there's any other softness. I know the legs are still pressing, squeezing in those sit bones and core. We're trying to find that softness. And then bending the knees, press the feet, scoop the belly, coming all the way up again. And back to Samastitihi, so standing at the front of the mat. Nice deep breaths. And just standing in mountain pose, just feeling the effects of your practice. Nice deep breath. Press the feet into the earth. And then we're going to do pyramid pose. So stepping that left foot back, both legs stay straight. Maybe keep the feet hip-width distance apart. And here you can choose to bring those arms back into this interlaced or into an interlaced prayer position. Now the trick here is to try and squeeze that right hip back as you do a little forward bend here. So however you want your arms, lengthen through the front of the body. Send that right hip back, scoop and squeeze the belly, and come all the way forward. So we're going to do a little wave here. So rounding the back by pressing the belly into the spine, come all the way up, inhale, wave forward. Exhale, scoop the belly round the back, lift up. So the legs are going to be working quite hard here. And squeeze the sit bones, scoop the belly round the back, wave up, and this time we're going to go all the way forward. So squeezing those sit bones together, scooping the belly, lift and lengthen, and finding how much space there is for the spine to come between those legs. On that third breath, finding as much softness as you can possibly find with all the work that's going on. Press through the feet, nice and strong in the belly. Press that base of the big toe to help you come up. And going around to the other side. So just taking your time to set up. Make sure there's enough space between your legs for the spine to come forward. And that you're paying attention to this front leg. It's kind of the brain of the pose. All the way from the base of this toe needs to be working to keep pressing that hip back and giving you the stability to let the spine fall forward. So choosing your arm position can be whatever you choose. This really helps to get the chest lifted and that length in the spine, but it must be comfortable for the shoulder and the wrist. So bringing that left hip back, lift and lengthen, and we're going to try to do those waves again. So keep the legs strong, scoop the belly and round and lift. Inhale, open up. Scoop the belly, squeeze up, round and lift. See if the spine can release a little more forward. Squeeze the sit bones, scoop the belly, wave up, and that was your last one. Seeing if this has created a little more space, coming all the way into your pyramid. For your 3 breaths, that first breath, strong feet, find the core. Next breath, find your spine. And that final breath, even though you're working hard, finding that softness, maybe in the shoulders even, and the head and the neck. Press through that base of the big toe of the left foot. Scoop the belly, coming all the way up. Dropping the arms. Bring the arms up to the side and step to the front of the mat. Nice deep breath here. Coming into our balancing pose, so we're going to lift the right knee up, drawing the knee up into the chest. You can stay here for 5 breaths, or if you'd like to, hold under the toes, scooping your belly, that's breath 2, or seeing if you want to lift that leg out, so it just depends on where you're at. All this time practicing the strength in the standing leg. Can't really see what anyone's doing yet. Okay, and then we're going to open that leg to the side, 5 breaths here. So if you're holding onto the toe, straighten that leg out. Try keep your chest lifted. And that's 5. And bring the leg forward. Lift the knee up towards you. Let's straighten that leg out. Point the toe. 2, 3, 4, 5. Lift and release. Alright, so other side, lifting the knee into the chest. And then you can choose if you're going to go into which part of the pose, so you can choose to be here or keeping the knee bent. 4, 5, and then also opening to the side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze the belly, bring the knee in, kick the foot out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the leg and drop the foot down. And walk the legs a little bit. Inhale, reach the arms overhead, supporting the back of the head. So put the fingers underneath the base of the skull. Step the feet wide. Inhale. Slide the shoulder blades down the back. Inhale, take a nice deep breath. And exhale, squeeze the elbows together, bend the knees. Inhale, lift up, open the heart, open the elbows away. Exhale, squeeze the elbows together, maybe the chin touches the chest. And inhale, and exhale. And then inhale, this time, coming all the way down to the earth into a squat. Or if you don't like the action of the squat, you're not ready for that, come into Baddha Konasana with the bum on the floor and the knees open. Otherwise, staying in your little squat. Nice deep breath. Try and wiggle into a nice straight spine. And then we're slowly going to put that bum on the floor. So gently putting your bum down and reaching the legs out in front of you for a Dandasana. So hands on the floor, pull the toes towards you. Scooping the belly, getting that extension through the spine. And then seeing if there's a little forward bend available here. So knees nice and bent, scoop the belly, send the spine up and over, holding onto the toes. If that's feeling super juicy and comfortable, you can maybe start to straighten the legs. Keep squeezing the core in and up, keep squeezing those sit bones, taking a nice deep breath, and then find those last 3 breaths. So the first breath is squeeze the sit bones, squeeze the core, find the strength. On the next breath, find your spine. And on the next breath, is there anywhere that I can soften? And then slowly coming up. And then we're going to bring your right foot into the side of the thigh with the left leg straight. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, starting to slide the body towards the leg there. So you can support yourself here. You may find that this is where you need to stay. Press the sole of the foot into the thigh and squeeze the thigh. Scoop the belly and squeeze the sit bones. Take a deep breath, lengthen through the spine, finding that core again. See if the spine can release. And then your third one, seeing if there's any softening. And slowly coming up. Bring the hands on either side of you and lift the legs around. So try and bring that right foot into the inner thigh without grabbing it. And then when you have to grab it, grab it. Press the sole of the foot into the inner thigh. Squeeze the sit bones, scoop the belly. Inhale and exhale. See if you can find that grip of squeezing the sole of the foot into the inner thigh. Squeeze the sit bones, scoop the belly, lengthen the spine, coming up and over. So you're going to do your 3 breaths here. First breath, do that core strengthening. So press through the foot, sole of the foot on the leg, squeeze the sit bone, scoop the belly. Next breath, how's my spine feeling? And then that final breath, can I soften into this pose? Keeping all those bits working that need to, trying to find softness where you don't need to work. And then coming all the way up again. Okay, and then we're going to put that right leg into a little bit of a lotus. So just to get ready for that, just support your knee. So with your right leg, your right hand is in on the knee, and then lifting up and sliding the hip from side to side. So just getting that hip a little more ready. You can also hook the elbows around the leg and see if that's available to you. All the time scooping that belly to support the lower back in all of these hip movements. Alright, I'm actually going to put this leg down, but always doing these transitions as strongly as possible. Scoop the core and send the leg, and then lift the other leg up. See if you can find that same movement in the hip. Just gently opening that hip. So wherever you are, support the foot, support the leg. Scoop the belly to support the lower spine, and see if that hip's got a little more. So noticing that difference in the two sides for sure. Don't be judgy. It is what it is. Have a little patience, breathe into it. Maybe you'll find a little bit of space to go a little deeper. Making sure you've got that core strength there, just to support the lower back. Alright, and then scoop the belly, lift the leg all the way out again, and then this time we're going to gently put the foot either onto the top of the leg. Some of you may want to coax the leg a little closer into a half lotus. See how that feels. And then staying here for 5 breaths. If you feel the need to come into a nice little forward bend here, you're really going to have to work that core and squeeze the legs. And then your next breath, find that length in the spine. And then that final breath, soften. And coming all the way up again. Again, see if you can not use the hands and do these movements as controlled as possible. It just gives nice fine tuning to that leg strength, and then gently helping this foot either onto the top of the knee or somewhere in between. Always being very gentle here. You really want to make sure that the knee, the hip, and then of course the knee are happy with this, as well as this ankle. There's a lot of angle in the ankle here. So here could be a lot of growth and development happening just with your legs sitting here. So squeezing the legs, scooping the belly, or you can see if there's a forward fold. Never forcing, listening to your body. I've been saying this for all of our home practices. It's quite a bonus. I know we don't all want to be at home, but it's a bonus for your yoga practice that you're not looking at anyone else wishing that you could do this and why can't I do that and all those judgy voices in our heads. Just feel what your body's doing. That last breath is complete release if you can find it. Even if you can find just a little bit of release, then we're winning. And then coming all the way up. And then lift that leg. See if you can lift it without thudding it to the earth. And you're going to point your toes away from you towards the floor. The fingertips face forward. Lengthen the sit bones, lift up and come into a nice stretch through the front of the body, lifting up. I know it's a hard one. Lengthen the tailbone, lift and open the chest. One more breath. And coming all the way down. Bring the feet into Baddha Konasana and find whatever's comfortable for you in this pose. We'll stay here for like 10 breaths. So if you like to go into a forward fold, go for it. If you like to sit upright in it, go for it. If you like to move, you can also move from one side to the other. It's a nice massage. So you've got 10 breaths to choose. What does my body want to do right now? Not what Cayley thinks it should do. What do I think it should do? Nice deep breaths. Whichever pose you've chosen, notice if you can find some ease and some softness. Okay. And then bending both knees together. We're slowly going to slide down to the earth. So send the sit bones forward, scoop the belly, round the back, rolling all the way down. Nice and slow. See if you can give yourself a nice long massage. Each vertebra reaching the earth. Lengthening the spine. Reach the arms over the head. Straighten the legs. And just take a nice deep breath. And sigh out. 2 more of those. Nice deep breath in. And sigh out. Nice deep breath in. And sigh. Drawing the knees into the chest. Just rocking from side to side. You might find opening the knees here feels a little better for you. See which one. And then we're going to rock all the way over. Maybe bring the hands onto the earth, come up again and rock to the other side. Now of course, if this doesn't feel great, just leave the knees on one side and enjoy that spinal twist. But if you feel like moving through this a little bit, move the legs from side to side. Again, yogi's choice. There's no right or wrong. What matters is how it feels in your body. If you stayed on the one side, switch over to the other side. And then bringing the knees into the chest. Place the feet down on the floor. Step the feet wide of the mat and drop the knees together. Take a nice deep breath and exhale, letting your spine and shoulders release completely into the floor. And then bringing the feet together, we'll just do one little bridge pose. So place the palms on the floor, lengthen the tailbone, start to lift the hips up. Try to find that core action to lift the hips. Maybe rolling the shoulders underneath or leaving them with palms flat down, either way. Try and lift the chest as if your chest bone is chasing your chin. Opening the chest and then staying there for another breath. Again, see if you can find softness in that pose while you're there. And then slowly coming down, also melting the spine to the earth, vertebra by vertebra, as you slowly move down. from the top of the spine all the way down. Take a nice deep breath, and then starting to straighten the legs and coming into Shavasana. So stepping the heels as far apart as is comfortable, letting the toes fall open. Slide the shoulder blades down the back, palms open up to the sky. Allowing your body to completely release. Feel your right leg completely release. The left leg releases. Feel the hips sinking into the earth. Feel the lower back softening, widening, releasing. Feeling your chest relax. Maybe spend a little bit of time here, just letting the rib cage release and soften. The shoulders release. The right arm releases. And the left arm releases.